All right, thanks everybody for being here. Coach Rico, Blasi, we'll jump right into questions.
Charge into the playoffs, and your reward as you go on the road to face Blake Pietro.
Yeah. It's fun, they're obviously one of the top teams in the country for a reason. He's a big part of that. And, we got to go and play. At this time of the year, you're going to get everybody's best. And, I'm really, as I told the guys earlier, let's talk about the regular season, how we played the last 20 games, and extremely proud of our progress and how they've, grown as a team and how our culture has really taken place. But now is a new season, and we got to go and play, and we got to be ready to go and play at a high level.
What have been some of those keys? What is it, 9-2 in your last 20?
Yeah, I think just, the maturity of our young boys that came in as freshmen and didn't know what to expect. And, the challenges that you have at this level in terms of preparation through the week, and then how you have to perform on the weekend. It was the first 14 games were tough. I mean, you got St. Cloud in there, you got Penn State, Alaska. All teams are going to make the tournament. And so we needed to grow quickly, and I thought our guys did that. And then the last 20 games, I think you saw the maturity of our team coming together and what we're going to be like in our identity going forward.
We've talked a lot about Mac and just what he's brought to your offense, but beyond that, do you need to kind of diversify your goal scoring, or can you rely on one group come playoff time?
I mean, I think for the most part, when we've had success in games, it's been a little bit of everybody. I would add Jake Brasini in that group, and Wallen's back now, healthy. Ernisi, obviously. Mac, O'Neill. So we've got guys that are capable of scoring goals, but it's tough to score goals at this level. It's not easy, and you have to find space. You got to get to the nasty areas. Oftentimes it's not a pretty goal. And you got to be willing to pay a price. And I think as a young player, you have to learn that at this level. And I think our guys are doing that, and we do it in practice every day. That's part of it. That's part of the process. But then you have to perform, and you've got to get in those nasty areas when somebody's wearing a different color jersey than you on the weekend. And everybody wants space. Everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to do well. So it'll be that way again this weekend. Tech's really stingy in front of their net. Blake's a great goalie, but they play good, hard team defense. And so you have to be ready to battle and sacrifice for all that room.
Sort of confidence can you draw, though, from having gone there, 6-ish weeks ago and having success?
Yeah, I mean, we were able to watch that game back a little bit this weekend, but, I think we know what to expect going there. Tough building to play in, and we just got to play our game. I think that's the lesson we learned last time. We got to go and play our game and see what happens, and make sure you're paying attention to detail, and you don't try to force things at this time of the year. You got to take what the game gives you, and when you get your opportunities, you got to make the most of it. I think the trap that everybody falls into at this time of the year is they try to do more. There's no such thing as doing more. You got to play within your skill set and do what you do consistently. That's the key.
Encouraged from the weekend, or bugged still from Saturday?
Yeah, I'm always bugged about those kinds of things, but I thought we played well Friday and deserved to win, give or take a bounce here or there, but Saturday we didn't play well. And, they deserve all the credit on Saturday. And that's been our league all year, though. I mean, that's not a surprise to anybody. Most teams that get beat the one night come back the second night and play really well. Anytime you have a conference where you're battling at the end of the year, the last weekend, the last game for home ice or spots, up and down the standings, it's a competitive league, and it came down to the wire again. I mean, we're 2 points away from sixth, and Bemidji, tied, but lost a tiebreaker to go home ice. So a tough league to play in. It's a grind. It's a gauntlet every weekend, and you got to get through it.
You're probably not scoreboard watching, but How much fun is it when the cup comes down to literally the last game of the year?
Well, when Saturday we get off the ice and I got, our hardworking marketing director in 1 ear saying to me that, they just Mankato tied, so you're probably going to Mankato. And then I got my volunteer assistant telling me, no, they disallowed the goal. And then I go up to the press box and I've got our radio guy telling me that you're going to Mankato because they counted the goal. So I didn't know what was going on. So I finally get down to the coach's room. We put it on the TV, and sure enough, they're reviewing the goal, so it didn't count. And then they get a shorty, and then it did count. And then all of a sudden, they score a power play goal. So that's college hockey. That's sports. Never makes sense, right? You've been through it a lot, or through it enough years to know that sometimes things happen. But a wise man once told me, water always finds its level.
In particular, this conference, isn't it? Just some crazy stuff.
Always, right? Even going back to last year. I don't want to bring it up. Coach Lucia might be mad at me.
Any questions from the Zoom, Ryan?
Rico, you said that, you can't force stuff and force plays to happen. You feel like compared Friday into Saturday, that's what you guys did on Saturday too much, or was that not the factor in Saturday's loss?
No, I didn't feel that way after the game, and after watching it, I didn't feel like we were forcing things. I thought we had a good start, a really nice power play goal. I thought the Midgie just took it to another level. I didn't think we were forcing things. I just think they imposed their will. You could tell. I have a feeling they were scoreboard watching, and at one point PG was up, and all of a sudden they just kicked it into another level, and then we just didn't have a response. We got into some penalty trouble and kind of got away from us a little bit.
Rico, I know this is still, your temporary home and, some good news on the facility front, but talking to Josh last week about just kind of the atmosphere that's kind of building in this building, and the number of students that are turning out. Is it kind of fun to bring teams into a smaller facility like this? And
well, it certainly is. It's fun to play in front of when you got 1,000 people in a building that seats 900. Things happen pretty quick, and you got the band. All of a sudden, the atmosphere starts to kind of take shape, and it's always fun to play in those. Whether it's 900 people or 5,000, the noise is pretty much the same, especially in this small building. But I think it's important for us as we go forward to continue to build our fan base and our student body, and putting a good product on the ice. That's what our job is in terms of coaches and the players. And we have great staff around us that do an incredible job of getting the word out and getting the students here. It's a 15-minute drive, so we've got to be creative in how we get them here. But certainly we've taken a huge step from a year ago. I mean, a year ago, I'm not sure most of our campus knew we had a Division I team. And this year, I think everybody's taken notice, and now it's our job to continue to grow it.
Final questions?
Compared to last year, Rico, this time of year, you had some injuries as usual, but would you say you guys in general are in pretty good shape at this point after 34 games? Or?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably better than most, but I don't know that anybody at this time of the year is 100%. There's lots of guys that are banged up. It's a long year. Especially when you come down to the last weekend where you're fighting for spots. Everybody's giving it everything they got, and some guys that are probably banged up probably are playing that normally maybe wouldn't play if there wasn't anything on the line. So we'll see what happens. We are what we are, and we got to go and play, and we'll be ready to go. We know how good Tech is. They're well coached and got weapons all up and down their lineup.
Final thoughts, Coach?
Nope.
All right.
Thank you.
Everybody.